All right, Coach, if you would give us some opening comments, and then we'll take questions for the players.
My apologies for being late. I got caught watching film and didn't realize it. The local media is expecting of that. I'm never on time. Just glad to be here on Saturday in a press conference, getting ready to play another game. You know, you play early yesterday. You have all afternoon and all evening to go back, watch the film of that game, and then try to get ready for a top 25 DePaul team that won the Big East and so talented. Got some kids healthy here late. That's really, I think, made them a different team than they were and made them different in a lot of better ways. And so they're obviously Doug's been around a long time. They're well coached. Those kids have a tremendous plan. I think they understand the game. I think their basketball knowledge is really, really good. And so it's a big challenge for us. I'm proud of my kids, proud of our effort yesterday. Thought we did a lot of good things, made shots. Life's always easier when you're making shots. I'd much rather win at them 110 to 67, 69 than 50-48. You asked me that before. So, the thing with DePaul is, they've got so many people that can score on the floor. Got 5 in double figures, and yesterday get a kid that averages 10 a game, goes for 25, and so you got to really, really respect those kids and their game offensively, and know that we've got our hands full at every position on the floor, and have some unique matchups on the floor in different spots on the floor that we usually don't have. So presents a lot of challenges for us. We've watched film this morning, and we'll go have a good workout today, I'm sure, and kids will be attentive and ready to put together a good game plan.
Okay, players or questions for the student athletes? Well, okay, just got the microphone.
Hey Morgan, what was it like starting with a new group in the starting lineup, and why do you think it worked?
Well, sorry. Well, I practice with them all the time, so I feel like I built chemistry with them over the week, over the course, and just going out there putting into game format with fans in the stands. So it was nothing new for me.
Good afternoon. Can whoever wants to take it, the challenge that Coach talked about of facing a team that has 5 shooters and is going to maybe spread it out 5 wide and run a lot of motion, communicate well, pass the ball really well. What kind of challenges does that present for the way that you guys want to play defense?
Okay, first off, we got to play Mississippi State basketball. We got to keep the ball in front of us, because if they go by us, we're going to have help side. Once we have help sides, they're going to find an open man. And like you said, they have great shooters. So we got to try to keep the ball in front of us and go from there.
All right, Blair, obviously another big game tomorrow. You've seen film on DePaul, but what kind of a challenge do you have to look forward to in facing a team like DePaul?
Obviously they have all 5 that can shoot, so we're going to have to be able to play our style of defense while keeping pressure and while focusing on not getting backdoored and giving up easy layups like that. But our communication is going to have to be on point tomorrow. We're going to have to call out screens and make sure that everybody understands where they need to be on the floor, and we just need to have really good focus on communicating with each other on the floor.
Blair, Coach talked about you being sick. Was it Thursday? Just talk about, overcoming that to have the type of game that you did on Friday, just one day removed, less than 24 hours, I guess.
It definitely wasn't planned. I think I got food poisoning, and I was focusing on trying to let it run its course and then get back and pick up where I left off. So I think just being able to keep our mindset on what we wanted to do last night was really important, and I just came out and played with my teammates, and it really worked for us.
Katera, the theme seems to be about DePaul's offense, so I'll continue. The term stretch four, they might have, some of those players who kind of fit that bill. What are the challenges for you as one of those four players who's going to, be guarding someone on the perimeter and maybe not as concerned as you have been with playing the post?
Well, I feel like in the SEC we guard those type of players all the time. So just getting out there and trying to deny the passes so they won't be able to shoot or run their offense through their four. So I think that would be our game plan, just getting out and playing our defense.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, ladies, thank you and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Joel jumping the gun on us over here. Joel, we'll start with you. First question.
Appreciate that, Greg. Coach, just following up a little bit with Blair and the question Danny asked, but I don't know if you can even separate the two a little bit. But what's it like for you as a father to see your daughter on this stage have the kind of game that she had yesterday?
Well, it was special. It's you watch a kid all your life. You've worked with her. You've been in the gym with her countless days and nights, and to see her in that moment is pretty special. Again, I enjoy seeing all my kids succeed in the big moments. I love all these kids like they're my own. I think my entire staff, we try to, we all have parental instincts, me and Johnny especially, because we are parents. And I think we coach them and teach them probably with that parental instinct first before we ever get to the basketball instinct. And but with Blair, I know how hard the kids worked. I know how tough she is. I think most of you know, but she broke her nose in Hawaii, cracked her nose. We got back on Monday. She had surgery on Tuesday and was in practice Wednesday. She never wore a mask. I remember sitting in the doctor's office and he was talking to her about putting a mask on. I said, hold on just a second, because I know how hard it is to play with a mask. Morgan knows how hard it is to play with a mask. I said, how many times you been hitting your nose in your playing career? She said, none. I said, you want a mask? She goes, no, I don't think I want one. I mean, but that's tough. Most people will be walking around dribbling like this, and so her toughness, y'all all seen her. She'll step in front of a freight train, take a charge. So, to see her in that moment yesterday, obviously our team needed it desperately. And to see her respond, it's pretty gratifying as a parent. I think any parent would say that about their kid. To see them on the biggest stage have the success that she had, as a parent, it's certainly gratifying. But I'm not sure I've had that moment yet as a parent. I try to stay in the moment as coach with all these kids, and with Blair, I really try to make sure I'm that with her, especially up here on campus.
DePaul, obviously, the last couple years has knocked off their second-round game.
Didn't take long for somebody to bring that up.
Right, and so why do you think they're so good at that? Is it something about their program, their toughness, or is it they're just good? I mean, why do you think they're good at that?
I think you said it all, and I think I think they're comfortable in this environment. To be honest with you, it's not good for us. I think they're comfortable being the underdog. I think they're comfortable being the 7 against the 2. But realistically speaking, even if we kept the numbers by the names and we were playing in Chicago, I don't think they'd be the underdog. I don't think they'd be considered I just think that they're a really good basketball team. I think Doug's a tremendous basketball coach. His staff, they know how to prepare kids for ball games, and he recruits winners. He recruits kids that know how to function in this environment, so all that is a credit to DePaul and to Doug and his staff and those kids. They've been there. They know what it's like, and tomorrow's not going to be any different for them. And they've had success in that setting. So we're going to play well. I think everybody in the room knows they're really, really good. They're top 25 team. They played a tough schedule. They won the Big East. So we've got our work cut out for us.
I think you said the other day that you had to leave after the third quarter after watching yesterday because you got kind of sick to your stomach watching them offensively.
Yeah.
Coach Warren said after the game that she knew that they were good offensively, but she didn't know that they were that good of a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
That's pretty high praise. What challenges do they present?
Well, again, you've got 5 kids that can stretch you. All of them, you got 5 averaging double figures. I think, sometimes you can go back during a season and maybe pick a game that may have happened a month ago or a month and a half ago, and you might find something in there, and you could probably do it with this team, but it's not the same team as they had a kid hurt, didn't play a lot. And she's a big part of what they do now. And so I think for them, it's their chemistry that they have. I told you all last night, the thing that impressed me, I've always known they were good offensively. What impressed me yesterday was how hard they played defensively. I was really impressed with their defensive intensity, their pressure, their full court. They picked up full court yesterday, but their half court intensity, I was just really impressed with all that. And, I think their basketball IQ is really good, especially offensively. I just think they have a great chemistry, a good feel for one another. A lot of their offense is off of reads. You jump, do this, they'll do that. It's the same set you've been looking at for the last 30 minutes in the game, but something new, something different. You take this away, they'll get this from you. And so it's hard to prepare in one day. We tried to, we had to deal with Villanova first game out of the box this year. And they run some similar stuff, and we had a week or 2 weeks to get ready for that, and we still gave up 60-something, So we've got a big challenge. We're going to have a crash course today and a real understanding of what we're trying to do.
Coach, I haven't followed your team at all this year, and if my question is ignorant, I apologize.
That's
But
okay.
does the pace that DePaul play that scare you at all?
Hey, everything DePaul does has my attention and respect. I think those, again, they have a great feel for one another. I think they're opportunistic, which that's a real dangerous quality to have to deal with. Somebody that's opportunistic, you relax and they take advantage of you. You don't run the floor, they're laying it in on you. And I just think they've got that quality, and that's a unique quality. It's probably one of the best qualities somebody can say about your team, and I think they've got that. They just take advantage of you in every facet of the game, but especially offensively. And I think they're real comfortable in getting up and down, no doubt about it. I've been watching film this morning, and I've seen them, and I even thought to myself this morning, have we shown a lot of transition? Because I'm watching them get up and down and have a bunch of transition. So it does concern me, but, there's a lot of what they do that concerns me. They're a really good basketball team and well coached. Yes, sir.
Vic, I know it's kind of late in the season, I guess, to be playing around with your plague rotations much, but it seems like when Amisha gets on the floor, good things happen. Is she pushing for a bigger role, or is your kind of rotation your rotation at this point?
I don't think you can ever. Not have room to add pieces throughout the course of the season. And Amisha, her and Iggy have been really practicing well. that's our future. I'm telling you, those two are going to be really good for us. And I put Amisha in early yesterday, and a lot of confidence in her because I've seen her do it now for a while consistently. So you're right. Kid makes things happen. When she comes in, there's something going to happen, good, bad, or indifferent. She's my bull in the china cabinet, and she's going to be really special, really special. Her and T, they like playing together, and for our future, what we've had to deal with another team in our league, y'all can figure it out. Those two present that problem. We call it volleyball. Those two can play volleyball with each other. So,
with the way that DePaul plays on the offensive end, kind of a 5-out look with one player as a trigger or an outlet, I'm not really sure if you guys have faced something like that, particularly with the size that you guys want to play at the 5. What challenge does that present where that trigger player is not necessarily going to be that 5 player, and your 5 player might be forced to be on a wing somewhere on an island and having to deal with that? Well,
it's certainly a unique quality to have 5 players that can stretch you like they do. And, we've had to play a couple of them. Missouri had a 5 player that could stretch us a little bit. So we have a little bit of experience there. I think the biggest thing is when you start stepping 5s out and away from the rim and you got to respect their ability to shoot, what it creates is space for others to get to work. We didn't want Asia to have room to work. We wanted to really limit her space to kind of do her thing. And I think what DePaul is going to do is, they try to get other people down there and give them space to work inside the lane, 1 through 5, not just 5s. That's a unique thing that we hadn't had to deal with a lot. So we'll have to be able to handle that.
You got 5,500 in here yesterday at Friday at 1:30. What are you expecting from that time slot tomorrow on a Sunday?
And I'm hoping we have 10. I think our kids warrant it. Last year we had, I think, 7,000 and change. I know we're going to have a great crowd. I don't know how many we're going to have. I'm hoping we have, a sellout. Again, I think our seniors deserve it. I think our team deserves it. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day, and hopefully we'll have a lot of people travel up from the Jackson area and come down from Tupelo and north part of the state. Again, I think there's a lot of people in this state that have a lot of pride for our team and our program, and some of them aren't Mississippi State people. And I think what our kids have been able to do has really allowed a state to embrace them and be proud of them. And so hopefully tomorrow we're going to have another great crowd. I know we're going to have a great crowd. It's just a matter of how many. But I'm excited again about the opportunity. I appreciate so much the pre-sales that we've had, how hard we've worked, how hard our administration has worked to help get the crowds that we've had. Our marketing has been phenomenal. Leah's done a great job, and so I think we'll have a great crowd, and I'm excited about it for our kids.
Got time for one more question? Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Coach, and good luck.
Yep, thank y'all. Praise the Lord and go Dogs.